Oh, mate, my dog's going to be sick. Oh, mate. Oh, mate. Yo, welcome back to the channel. Ed Talks About. I'm Ed. So by the title, you're probably thinking, Angry Weed. What is he talking about, bruv? Well, I have a little theory. I have another theory. You know me, I'm full of theories. I don't know whether they're factually correct or what. And you will never know. This theory, you will never find out unless you sort of test it. I'll tell you. Anyway, so let me get this going, all right? So before I quickly go anywhere, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. It helps you get out there. More people see it. Put a comment, you know, like if you like it, you know. If you don't like it, you can do whatever. You do a thumbs down. I don't care. But yeah, and if you like the channel or anything that I do, just please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get up to 2,000. It's slowly but surely getting there, you know, slowly but surely. So I appreciate all the love so far. So yeah, let's get into this one. Right, so Angry Weed, what do I mean? Well, listen. I'm going to tell you a little story, right? What happened to me the other day. So I got given something the other day, right? Looked good, smelt good. I'm like, all right. My mate got given some as well. So I'm at home. I'm consuming this bud, and it's meant to be a haze, right? Now, it looked like haze, smelt like haze. And I was like, yeah, bruv, cool. I'll have that, you know, giving it to me. So yeah, so I'm smoking it, right? Well, or vaping it. When I say smoking, I don't mean that all the time. Yeah, I vape a lot and I smoke as well, you know? So yes, I smoke tobacco. So he's giving it to me, so I'm taking it. I've gone through a couple of grams of it, right? And I've gone through a couple of grams quite quick, and I'm like, what's going on here? And in my head, I'm thinking, I've been on some powers lately. Like I've been chiefing on some powers lately. So I'm like, maybe it's just haze and it's just crap. You know, like it's just stupid. I don't know, 12% THC or something like that. You know, like something really, really low. That my THC, my tolerance is just not gonna. It's not gonna touch it. So that's what I'm thinking. Come the evening now, I'm a little bit on edge. Yeah, I'm a little bit on edge. And I'm like, what's going on here? So I have another one. Made me worse. Now I'm getting angry. I'm getting the ump. Like, for no reason, like, my missus will say something to me, and I weren't like being a dick. Like, you know, like, I'm not being a dick. Or my kids would say something, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, I'm snapping a little bit, like, you know, and that's so not like me. I am not an angry, agitated person. I seriously, if you knew me, you know what I'm talking about. I don't deal with anything, any conflict, nothing. Can handle myself, but that's about it. I won't provoke anything, yeah? And so I'm snapping. So I just thought, hang on a minute, let me just call my mate up. So I call my mate up. So, bruv, what do you think of that weed? And he's gone, oh, Ed, you know what? He goes, I'm having an emotional evening, mate. He went, everyone's doing my fucking nuts in, bruv. I just want to get out the ass. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, they're all doing my nutting, bruv. Like, everyone in my house. I was like, bruv, the same with me. And what's going on, bruv? So there's two of us now. Got the same effects. Mate, it's cold, bruv. It's cold out here. Got the same effects, right? And the effects were, there were no effects, yeah? But it gave you the ump. Like, you literally got the ump. Now, I'm thinking there's a few things that's running through my head now. So we had a little chat about it on the phone and everything. So I put the phone down and I started thinking. I'm like, right, so there's a few reasons here. There's a few reasons. I mean, this is the worst bud I've ever had in my life. Not from taste, not from smell, but from effects. Because I've had some shitty Jamaican. When I was in Jamaica, I got some bush, man. Done me, it was banging, bruv. Like, bruv sent me, do you know what I mean? But it looked like shit, you know what I mean? But it's not about that all the time, yeah? It is a little bit, you know, but if it go by your nose, and if you can smell dodginess, don't get it. But, you know, I've tried some crap, and for effects wise, this here, man, it was like there was no effects. There was, and I don't know whether I was getting the ump because I'm consuming this and I'm not getting the effects. So that's one reason why I'm thinking I'm getting the ump. And Oh, mate, my dog's going to be sick. Yeah, come here, come here, come here. Come outside. Oh, mate. Oh, mate. Oh, man. Oh, mate. Oh, my God. Bruv. Oh, mate. That was some emotion. Bruv. The dog's not well, man. I don't know what's going on. She sicked up all her breakfast. But, you know, when she comes on her period and that, when it's that time of the month, well, it's like every 3 or 4 months or something, she gets a dodgy belly, man. But bless her. She's old. She's going to be 9 this year. She's a bulldog. You know what I mean? I've got 2 bulldogs. One of them's sweet. Like, she's had a few operations. She had a hernia. But my oldest one, we rescued her when she was 3 years old. I drove all the way to Wales. We hired a car, drove to Wales, picked her up, drove home. It was a good like 8 or 9 hours drive. But yeah, she was 3 years old and we rescued her from one of them puppy farms. She was looked after bad, man. So, but yeah, that was emotional. Where was I? Where was I? Mate. It's been about 15 minutes because I had to mop the floor quickly as well. Do you know that one? So I just remembered where I was. Bruv, that's sick. I can remember. Right, so that was the first reason. The second reason is if you read a lot of forums with growers in them, people that grow weed, a lot of them will say play happy music. Have you heard this? Classical music and things like that. And a lot of them, because the plants take on the vibes, yeah? Like, they're happy vibes, they will take on the vibes. And don't feed your plants when you're angry, because they will feed off of that energy. So, yeah, you know, have you heard about, there was a study done, like a test thing, yeah? I think it was an IKEA, I'm not too sure. It was at one of them stores, yeah? So on the entrance of the store, they had this plant. It wasn't weed, it was just a plant. And it said, a little note on it said, whisper sweet nothings to me and tell me that you love me. And it had all nice classical music on and all that, yeah? So people was going up to it and said, oh, I love you, I love you. You know, like saying it to the plant, showing it some love, speaking sweet nothings. You know what I mean? Like just giving it the bless. So on the way out, on the exit, they had the same plant. And by the way, let me just tell you, these were clone plants. They were both from the same clone, yeah? So they're identical genetics. This is what the test was. So it's all done under like decent environment and that. So the exit one said, you may have heard this story. Like, abuse me. Say horrible stuff to me. And it was playing some horrible, like, death music. You know, like horrible music that you wouldn't want to make love to. Do you see what I'm saying, yeah? You know, like that type of music, right? So, and it said shout at me and things like that. So people shouting it, going, ah, just giving it something, right? So after a little while, the one on the entrance was all happy, yeah? Leaves are standing. The one on the exit was all like that. And they was giving it the same water, it had the same environment type thing. So that was just a random little test that they'd done. I can't remember where I read it, but it's out there somewhere, like, you know, but that just shows you they do feed off energies. Plants do feed off energy, you know, like we all feed off energies. Like I've had my mate before, he's come round, he's like an anxiety motherfucker, man. And he's like, ah. And I went to him, calm down, mate, it's cool. Everything's going to be all right, bruv. It's going to be good. And he left, and I ended up with his energy. I'm all like this. I'm trying to roll Zubi, and I'm like we do that. We're just energy based. So I don't know whether the person who grew that weed as well was like an angry person, like angry with the world, angry with everyone, owed them something, like, you know, like, yeah, I've seen some people in some of the comments that I've said, you know, like, there's some angry people out there, bruv, yeah? So I don't know whether that is, but also, we cannot look over the fact what it's grown with, yeah, and the environment that it's grown in. it might not have mould growing on it, but it might have been grown in a mouldy room. Oh, let me see if I'm recording. Yeah, we're good. Might have been grown in a mouldy room. They might not have flushed it. They might have sprayed it with chemical. You don't know. You know, that's probably the most likely scenario out of the lot. But, you know, like, seriously, I was angry off this weed. Angry. I tell you what, that night, I'm telling you, I'm vexed, bruv. I'm not like, oh, I'm raging and I want to fight everyone. No, I'm just like, inside, I'm like, bruv. And I'm getting the hump with myself because I've got the hump, but for no reason. You know, like, so it's a vicious cycle because I don't have the hump all the time. I don't get the hump. I'm an easygoing guy. So when I got the hump, that's cool. But if I've got the hump for no reason, that's not cool. I literally went, see my man, grabbed something else off of a different bloke, obviously. And I'll tell you what, after the first J, yeah, I was literally back to normal. Back to normal. And it is the weirdest thing ever. I'm telling you, man. Like, that even, like, do you know what? I even tried, because I was vaporizing it as well. So I thought, oh, maybe it's the vaporize. Let me vaporize this as well, see if I'm getting anxious off of this. So I'd vaporized it as well. I was like, nah, it was that weed. That weed was dodgy, man. Like, it was just, yeah, I do believe you do get angry weed. And could you imagine, right? You're 18, right? Your boy goes, oh, I've got some weed. Do you want to try some? You've never tried it before in your life. And you're going, all right, so you've drunk everything. Like, you know, like you've had a beer and everything. You're like, all right, I'll try it, do you want me? Yeah? So your mate rolls up. That weed, the angry weed. He rolls it up. He smokes it. So you get no effects off it. So they're like, oh, fucking hell. And they've got the amp. Well, that is not a good experience, is it, for your first experience? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I've always pushed for regulation and education. Like, if they could regulate it so we can guarantee it does have the cannabinoids tested and shown so you can see what cannabinoids are in it and terpenes, and you can see whether it's been sprayed with pesticides. Like, it won't come through the lab testing if it's been sprayed, you know, like regulation. So I wouldn't have had that problem. And the person out there, because this is stuff that's flying about. So there's people out there trying it for the first time and they're having a terrible, terrible time, like, because I'm a seasoned user. Like, I've been using weed for like 25 years, you know, like, so if I had that on my first time round when I was younger, I probably wouldn't even have tried it ever again. Like, that was terrible, man. Have you had anything like that? Seriously, have any of you experienced any of the madness that I've experienced, me and my mate? Have you? Like, seriously, put it in the comments. Because I've never had that before in my life. And I don't know whether they sprayed it with something. Like, did it have... Yeah, because if it had, like... I actually thought as well, had it been sprayed with, like, some spice or something? Well, no. Because there was no effect. If it was sprayed with a synthetic cannabinoid, you would have got an effect. You know, there was no mental high, there was no body feeling, there was no relief. You just got the ump. And if they did spray it with a cannabinoid, them motherfuckers, they messed up. Because you got the wrong one. Weed is meant to make you happy, not angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, fix up. And just don't spray your shit, man. What's wrong with you, bruv? Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Wow, my voice. What happened? I don't know. Like, what do you think? Let me know what you think. And yet, like I say, I do apologise for not having uploaded for the last week. My wife has had a serious Crohn's flare. And then when I have time to come and do a video after I've sorted everything out, like my daughter, both my daughters are in the play Hairspray at school. My eldest daughter's got the lead role in that. And my youngest one, she's playing in the band. She plays the flute. You know, like, so... I've been rushed off my feet the last week and I just haven't had time. When I've had time to sit down, I just want to relax. You know them ones? I suppose I could put the camera on and just sit there and relax with you, but you know, I need a better shed for that. Because it's just so cold in there. It's so cold, man. Like, I've got heater, but you know. Anyway, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 2,000. And if no one said it to you today, I'm going to say it to you. I love you, and I hope you have a blessed day. And if you're up north, wrap up, man. There's going to be a lot of snow. And if you're down south, it is freezing anyway, but no snow. But still, you know, it is cold. Anyway, people, -3 and that. What? Love ya. Bye.